Welcome to Cabana John 702. My name is John, or Cabana John, and a few people even call me Vegas Johnny, and welcome. On this channel, we talk about life's changes, transitions, and reinventions. Today, I want to talk about the origins of the name Cabana John and where that comes from. And I apologize if I get into too much of the personal details, but the reason I'm doing that is I'm hoping that some of what I have experienced resonates with you and your life. When I look back to how I went from Attorney John, Daddy John, Husband John, to Cabana John, I think it probably starts to change in 2016. My mom died a tragic and sudden death. Coincidentally, I was in Las Vegas when I found out. And that moment really reinforced the notion of life is too short. Things happen, and things can happen like that. So that was definitely a moment that got me on this path to Cabana John sort of coming out and becoming my persona. And as the years after 2016 progressed, we continued to visit Las Vegas. That is my wife, Kitty Cat, and I. We vowed that we wouldn't take our kids to Las Vegas until they were 35. And we would often go for a long weekend, a few times a year. And it always was like just a great escape from that working too much that I was still doing. 2020 was probably a big change with COVID. Our daughter accelerated her schooling, so she was going to graduate high school a year early, which meant both kids were going to be graduating high school in 2021. And before you know it, we realized if we wanted, I was working from home, the kids were going to be graduating high school, so we were going to be empty nesters. We could move to a new place if we wanted to. And after a lot of research, which I've talked about in some other videos, we ended up with Las Vegas, which has been great for us. That first year in Las Vegas, we had a ton of people visit us, which was just incredible. And one of the things that we often did on those visits was end up at hotel pools. They have some just incredible pool areas. They're fun and festive with the DJ and the drink servers, and just people are having a good old time. We did several times over at Red Rock Casino in Summerlin, went to the M Resort, went to Circus, the big, huge sports bar pool. And all told, it was just a time of sort of this persona, this change developing. And one of the greatest things, or I shouldn't even say greatest things necessarily, but just a big part of Cabana John, in fact, the reason it is Cabana John, I had reconnected with my buddy Randy. Randy grew up in Las Vegas and was also an attorney in Sacramento. Coincidentally, he had returned to Las Vegas, though his office was still in Sacramento, just like mine. He and a lot of his high school buddies were hanging out with us at these pools. And he started to call me Cabana John, or CJ. And in fact, he pretty much only called me CJ from that point forward, from 2021 forward. Coincidentally, or perhaps a funny side note of this story is, Randy, again, was an attorney in Sacramento like me. He loved the idea of working at the stadium when I told him about it, so he got a job there as well. Then I got a job at the Sphere when it opened. He loved the sound of that. He also got a job at the Sphere. And probably to his detriment, he loved working at the Sphere so much that he was doing that almost full time, and perhaps more, maybe forgetting his law practice a little bit. But he loved it, and I relate to that because that change in life can just be great for people. And I want to pause the story there. And the reason I'm talking so much about Randy is he had an untimely death, unfortunately. Randy was just an incredible person, so generous. I mean, he was there the day we were unloading the U-Haul in Las Vegas, and just a helpful, friendly guy. And he passed prematurely. A little bit in memory of Randy, I have adopted that Cabana John name for this channel. Going to all these pool parties, and I shouldn't even say pool parties, just the cabana, the pool scene at these the casino hotels. Several friends mentioned that I just seemed more relaxed and not to say fun-loving, but just relaxed. And again, I think it was a combination of factors. A change of setting, working a little bit less, again, realizing life is too short. You got to a little bit live for the day. I mean, you can't forget about the future, but live for the day a little bit more. All of these factors contributed to this change in persona, and I'm really happy with it. Kitty Cat and I are just super happy with where we're at right now. Living in our 55 plus community, being empty nesters, and being Cabana John. And I'm excited to share my stories with you, and I truly hope they resonate with you, and you enjoy life to your fullest. It doesn't have to be moving to a new city or state or anything of that nature, but just thinking about what makes you happy, and if life is too short, what do you want to be doing? What are your priorities? So with that, I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back soon with more, so check out the channel, and please remember to live your next chapter.